I feel like in the spiritual world, when it comes to awakening, there's a lot of misconceptions about emotions and being human and feeling. It seems like people want to transcend, they want to escape suffering, and a number of other things that are actually just defense mechanisms and escapism. They're not fully embodying who you are and realizing anything or transcending anything. So, I have gotten a couple comments that I look sad or depressed. So, let's talk about that. I'm not depressed. I am really sad. My dark night of the soul, which ended up in some kind of awakening, it ended everything. It destroyed everything that I had built, that I have constructed. And the biggest was my marriage. I have recently been divorced. We have 3 kids together. That shit is hard. I don't care how awake you are. I'm human. So let's talk about the difference. Depression is sadness with a lack of awareness. Or, in other words, either lack of awareness, numbness, or you're telling yourself so many stories around the sadness that it morphs into something that's almost like a demon. Like it just gets crazy and compounds and transforms into this ugly entity we call depression. Sadness, which I'm experiencing right now in my life, especially this last week, it's really hit me because Father's Day, her birthday, our anniversary used to be, is all happening right now. That's why I haven't posted a lot in the last couple of days. It's a lot. It's a lot. So when you have any kind of awakening or you come out of the illusion, you can't hide anymore. There's no hiding. So everything that you haven't felt, that you've refused, that you've stuffed, that all of it, and that was part of my dark night of the soul. It was like all the childhood stuff came back up to the surface, had to be felt, had to be worked through, had to it just had to come up. So after that all happens, there is absolutely a shift in consciousness. There is peace. Stories take a back seat. Your thoughts get quieter. It's so restful and so nice. And for a couple months, all I felt was good and peace. But that's not life. It's part of life. But to just want the good, or what we label as good, and not, I'll just say comfortable and uncomfortable. So to just want the comfortable, happy emotions and not the uncomfortable, that's not an awakened state. So when you have this happen inside of you, you can't deny the uncomfortable and just want to stay in the comfortable. That's not how this works. This is full acceptance, coming out of hiding, absolutely no barriers. There's no guardrails anymore. So if sadness hits me, it hits me 1,000 times harder than I've ever felt in my life. And it's really intense. And times I would rather not feel it, but I don't have a choice anymore. I'm open. My heart is open. When stuff hits it, it hits it hard. Now, the beautiful part of this process is the other side of the spectrum. When there's happiness, when there's joy, when I just see like a glimmer of like excitement in my friend's eye, it's like, whoa. The joy and happiness is so ecstatic and intense sometimes that I can hardly even like stay in my body. It just feels crazy, like I've also never felt before. But there's both sides of this. So if your spectrum of feeling is this big because you have trauma, you're hiding, you have defense mechanisms, and then that gets broken open and it widens to this. Say this is uncomfortable and this is comfortable. You feel a lot more peace and bliss and ecstaticness, and you also feel a lot more sadness and heartbreak and intense, deep hurt. wow, it's wild. But I'm not going to come on here and just say, "Oh, it's easy, it's fun, it's beautiful." It is beautiful. But it hurts sometimes. It hurts a lot. But the difference now is the hurt doesn't come with a story. There's no shame. There's no guilt. There's no condemnation. I know I made the right choice. And I'm still sad about it. And that's okay. Oh. Awakening is not just awakening to feel good. It's awakening to reality. And honestly, a lot of reality is really intense and not comfortable. That's why I can smile and tear up at the same time. It's beautiful. Like, it becomes beautiful to feel sadness. Like, after I'm done recording this video, I'm going to go watch a really sad movie and cry my eyes out because I feel it in there and it needs to happen. And I'm not going to tell myself a story about it. I'm not going to blame myself for anything. I'm not going to try to make it stop. I invite it. I accept it. I feel it. I feel into it, through it. I rest in it. Even if it hurts, like somebody just smashing your heart with a sledgehammer. It's completely accepted. And there's no story to block any of the feeling, to hide any of the feeling, to diminish, to mask it. I'm not going to go drink. I'm not going to go find another woman. Like, there's things that people do to hide this raw necessity to feel. We need this while we're here. This is part of the experience. Everything you do to shortcut this, or to not want it, or to resist it, or to make it easier, is going to cause problems later and make it harder. Oh. So yeah, awakening's amazing. It's beautiful. Yes, in some of my videos, I probably look sad because I am. But again, as I always say, like, even if my body's feeling stressed, even if I have caffeine and I actually feel hyper, underneath that hyper is this calm and this peace. So I guess I'll give a contrasting example. So before being aware and being raised a Christian, there was a lot of guilt and condemnation. So I would feel a certain way, say I would get angry, and then I would have immediately shame, guilt, oh, you shouldn't feel this way. And then that story would morph and it would kind of push down and mask and hide the anger, and then it would become this huge story. And then I would live in that story instead of living in that anger and just feeling the anger and letting it pass. That doesn't happen anymore. So there are still human emotions. Maybe not everyone is confused about that, but I was, and I've gotten some comments that seems like maybe it's something that isn't understood or talked about very much. So it's not like there's more or different or new emotions. It's that most of our lives, we don't even realize how much we limit ourselves. And when the limits just get shattered and broken, then your ego takes a back seat and you are open for life. Well, you're open for all of it. Good, bad, and ugly. And as I also say, there's no story of good, bad, or ugly. So there's no judgment about what happens or what is felt. It's just feeling. There's just feeling. And then it passes, and then there's something else. And then that passes, and then there's something else. But underneath it all, there's none of that personal, twisted storytelling. There's more like a divine knowing that there's a larger intelligence at play, and it's not my personal will or ego, it's something else. And when you live in that something else, you just accept whatever's happening because you just know, you can feel it. You know that there's something deeper, something divine, something guiding this whole process. I'm not making myself breathe when I'm asleep. Something is doing that. It's not me. It's not my personal will. I may be doing it when I'm awake, when I'm aware, when I'm meditating, but it's such a small sliver of our life is that personal will. The bigger picture is the infinite intelligence, the divine, whatever you want to call it, God underneath and through and in all things, making everything happen, including emotions. You can't bypass them. You can't go around them. And when you have an awakening, what people call awakening, you feel more. Now, when stuff comes up and is felt and released, it happens faster, usually. And then you really rest most of the time in a really nice, peaceful feeling. Like for me anyway, it's mostly amazing. But, my divorce is so recent that, yeah, it hits me sometimes. The reality of like how sad that is. That wasn't part of the plan. There's a lot of things to feel and grieve when it comes to that. And I'm in the middle of it. I'm not done with it. I'm only openly able to share it because I have no story around it. I'm not embarrassed by it. And I'm hoping that just the raw honesty in me being the guinea pig might help somebody else. Like I will put myself out there to possibly be slandered so other people will be more aware. Because overall, when awareness grows, everything comes with it. Everything grows with it. It's beautiful. It's worth it. Sometimes it's really, really painful. But I'd rather feel crushed than to shut myself off again, to bury myself in addiction and hurt everybody I come across. It won't happen again. I would rather be crushed than crush someone else. Anyway, that wasn't divine. That's just my personal preference. We'll see if I post that. If this does go live. Thanks for watching.